I'm gonna shoot it straight for you here. What should we expect for the Orlando real estate market in 2025? Will the home prices continue to climb? Will interest rates ease up, or are we in for a wild ride? Should you buy now or wait? Today, we're diving into expert predictions for the housing market in 2025. Stay tuned because this information could make all the difference when buying or selling your next home. One of the most anticipated topics in real estate is mortgage rates. It's tough for anybody to tell when or how much they will be dropping. But whether the mortgage rates drop will depend on how strong the economy is in the next year. And there's a greater chance that the mortgage rates will drop if the economy is actually weak. That's because the Federal Reserve often lowers interest rates to stimulate the economy. So if we continue to see a slow rate of inflation, then we're going to see continued rate cuts throughout 2025. Dr. Lawrence Yun, chief economist of the National Association of Realtors, one of my favorites, predicts that the Fed will continue to make rate cuts, which means that the rates will likely start to gradually lower. However, he doesn't think the rates will drop much below 6, and neither do I. It's due to the tightness of mortgage lending going on in the economy. Fannie Mae, Wells Fargo, and the Mortgage Bankers Association are all generally on the same page as Dr. Lawrence Yun. As you can see here, they predict that interest rates will decrease throughout 2025 down to the 6 to 6.5 range. I know this is not the most exciting news. On the other hand, I do want to pause and consider the impact that lower rates would have on the housing market at this point. Inventory still catching up. I think that if interest rates were to drastically fall, it might actually hurt buyers because lower interest rates will cause higher demand. With inventory still on the low side, this could accelerate home prices again. So back in September, when rates fell close to 6%, we really saw a bump of activity among home buyers. So imagine if rates were to fall to the 5% range. The pent-up demand is still so much greater than the supply of homes we have currently. So while on the surface, it would be great for interest rates to come down, I think it's important to consider all factors. The Fed will meet again on December 18th, and they are on track to cut the funds rate again. So we might see mortgage rates trending downward in the next couple of weeks. But if you don't want to wait for rates to drop, there are other ways to get the rate down. For example, you can ask for a concession at closing from the seller to cover the cost of buying down the rate. Regardless, something to keep in mind is that these predictions in the news are merely predictions. No one really knows what will happen to interest rates. There were experts last year saying interest rates would be in the 5s by the end of the year, and that's clearly not happening. So you can't always listen to the experts. Before I talk about where home prices are heading, I want to mention I have a Greater Orlando Relocation Guide that Savannah and I put together for you that you can download by clicking the link in the description box. And the guide is going to be full of information on Greater Orlando, including all of the different areas to live. So this is something you will definitely want to check out if you are considering moving to the City Beautiful area. Let's talk about home prices next. In the last market update video, I mentioned that the price appreciation of homes in Orlando has greatly slowed, almost to a screeching halt. Does this mean we're going to be anticipating an overall decline in home values soon? The median sale price of single-family homes in Orange County or Orlando area was $490,000 in September, and again it was $490,000 in October, a month later. So there's merely a $5,000 difference between the median sale price of single-family homes year over year. In other words, we're looking at a 1% price growth over the past year, which is pretty slow. I'm expecting the same slow appreciation in this up and coming year. Side note, if you're browsing for homes on the internet, you may see sellers do a lot of price cuts and think, well, wait a minute. It seems like home prices are decreasing a lot. What is she talking about here? So I want to clarify that when we're talking about an increase or decrease, We're looking at the median or average sale price from one year to the next. I think the stagnation of price growth is great. Well, it's kind of great, actually. We really needed this after how much prices shot up a few years ago. I believe it will remain stagnant, and the reason why I believe this is, one, we don't expect interest rates to fall that much. So I don't expect there to be this huge influx of home buying demand, although there could be a little more than this past year if we truly stay down in the low 6% range. And because of how slowly the supply of homes is catching up to demand, I don't think we're going to see the supply of homes outpace demand this year. It's not that there isn't a good selection of homes for buyers in Orlando. There just needs to be more inventory or homes on the market for supply to outweigh demand and for the median price to fall. Buyer demand is pretty low right now during the holidays and will likely be low at the beginning of the year. So this might be a good time for you to jump in before the busier springtime market. All in all, it seems like the Orlando real estate market will be similar to how it was this past year, but time will truly tell. I hope you found this video insightful. My name is Kathy Williams. I'm part of a mother-daughter real estate duo along with Savannah, and we are with Compass. I'm happy to chat with you. If you have any questions about the Orlando market, see you next time. Bye-bye now.